Have you ever found yourself wishing you could enjoy your entire PlayStation 5 library, your massive collection of games, your carefully earned progress, your full PS5 experience, without actually being tied down to your console and TV? Just stop for a second and picture this. You're sprawled out comfortably on the sofa, maybe settled on the back deck on a quiet evening, or perhaps hidden away in a peaceful room far from the family chaos. Subscribe for more informative videos, as I work hard to gather useful information for you. In return, you just hit the bell icon button. And in your hands is this crisp, beautiful device that lets you pick up exactly where you left off, no TV required, no massive setup, and without bothering anyone around you. That dream of truly flexible, console-quality gaming sounds almost too good to be true, right? Well, that is the exact promise of the PlayStation Portal. But the critical question is, after all the hype, does this gadget actually deliver? Today, we're going deep into what the PlayStation Portal truly is, why it became one of the most intensely debated gaming devices in recent memory, and why a dedicated group of people absolutely adore it while others can't seem to grasp the point. Stick with me, because by the end of this deep dive, you will know precisely whether the Portal is a stroke of brilliance, a misunderstood niche device, or just a fun experiment from Sony. And trust me, some of the most overlooked details about its performance will genuinely surprise you. Let's cut right to the core misconception that trips up most people. The PlayStation Portal is not, in any way, a handheld console. It is not the spiritual successor to the PSP or the Vita. It is not an attempt to compete directly with the Nintendo Switch or any other cloud-based device. And no, it has no internal processing power to run games on its own. Instead, think of the Portal as a perfectly crafted viewing window, a beautifully clear, incredibly responsive, and remarkably smooth pane of glass that allows you to stream your PS5's gameplay from anywhere in your home, or even outside of it, provided your Wi-Fi signal is strong enough. You're not porting your PlayStation's hardware. You're simply holding an extension of its screen, wrapped seamlessly around a full-size DualSense controller. But here's a fascinating psychological trick. When the Portal is working as intended, it feels like pure magic, effectively transforming your massive PS5 into something instantly portable. Close your eyes and imagine sinking into the story of God of War Ragnarok from the comfort of your bed at 2 a.m. because you just couldn't sleep. Imagine seamlessly swinging through the open world of Spider-Man 2 while your partner is watching a show on the main living room TV. This freedom, this ability to game without being chained to the living room setup, is the central fantasy the Portal is built upon. However, as with all technology, there's a catch, or, more accurately, several catches, and we will address the biggest limitations very shortly. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of its pros, cons, and Sony's more baffling design choices, let's talk about the immediate hands-on experience, the part that truly hooks people. The instant you pick up the PlayStation Portal, the sense of familiarity is overwhelming. This is by design, because it incorporates real, official DualSense technology. You get the full experience. The adaptive triggers, the immersive haptic feedback, the precise sticks, and the comfortable, premium heft of Sony's best controller. Crucially, this is not some cheap, third-party mobile phone attachment. This is a top-tier PlayStation controller that has been split apart to cradle a bright, sharp, and highly vibrant 8-inch screen between your hands. This physical authenticity is the primary reason why many gamers fall in love with it instantly. The moment it settles in your grip, your muscle memory confirms, yes, this feels perfectly natural. The Portal is tailor-made for a specific demographic. The person who already owns a PS5, who wants to maximize their playtime, who seeks the flexibility to play in different locations, and who prioritizes ultimate convenience over raw graphical power. Yet, that convenience comes wrapped in limitations, and Sony made some choices that have left the community scratching its head. Some of these restrictions are logical. Others are genuinely bewildering. For instance, one of the most talked about and strangest design decisions was Sony's complete lack of standard Bluetooth support. You cannot use your favorite pair of wireless headphones, your standard AirPods, or even Sony's own older wireless headset models. Instead, you're forced to use Sony's new, proprietary PlayStation Link accessories. This caused immediate frustration for many users. But here's where the deeper story emerges. When you actually use the PlayStation Link audio, the quality is shockingly good. Super low latency, incredibly clear and seamless. This was the critical trade-off. Because the entire Portal device relies on extremely fast, stable streaming, any audio delay is a deal-breaker. Sony chose to eliminate audio lag entirely by forcing proprietary, superior low-latency connection. Still, it leaves us wondering, why couldn't they have simply offered both options? Another major pain point is the absolute requirement for strong, stable Wi-Fi. The Portal doesn't demand the fastest internet speed on the planet, but it must be reliably stable. If your home network is patchy, slow, or congested, your experience will absolutely suffer from stuttering, pixelated video, and annoying disconnects. Yet, here's the amazing twist. When a connection is rock solid, the Portal feels startlingly close to native play. The PS streaming quality is crystal clear. The controls respond instantly, and the screen is so fantastic that you genuinely forget you're streaming. This explains why reviewers are so polarized. One group calls it terrible. The other considers it one of the best gaming purchases they've made. The real difference? The quality of their home network. So, setting all of that aside, should you actually buy the PlayStation Portal? Before we give a direct answer, let's understand how this device fits into Sony's overarching, long-term strategy. Sony wants a PS5 to remain the absolute center of your entire gaming universe. Your games, your account, your cloud saves, your entire library of digital purchases. The Portal is designed to make that tether even stronger. Sony's goal isn't for you to buy downgraded, separate handheld port of their games, like the ones you'd find on the Nintendo Switch. Their vision is a single, unified ecosystem built around one powerful console that you already own. The Portal is simply the extension cord that allows that powerful ecosystem to reach the bedroom, the kitchen, the office, the backyard, or even your hotel room. Is it a flawless piece of hardware? Absolutely not. But is it a remarkably clever and strategic one? Unequivocally, yes. And for the right individual, it can be completely game-changing. Now, let's explore why the PlayStation Portal became such an unexpected hit. The core truth is that gamers are driven by convenience, comfort, flexibility, and, most importantly, the desire for more time with their games. The Portal enables you to play during moments you would normally be unable to. It transforms small, dead pockets of free time into actionable gaming time. A 15-minute wait becomes a quick mission. A lunch break becomes a few rounds of a multiplayer session. A dull evening becomes a cozy solo adventure while someone else is using the main TV. This ability to convert downtime into playtime is an incredibly powerful psychological draw. It is the exact same reason the Nintendo Switch became a cultural phenomenon. Not because it was the most powerful system, but because it was the most convenient. And now, Sony has finally tapped into that market, not with a new, powerful handheld console, but with a device that simply makes your existing powerhouse portable. This brings us to the elephant in the room. Why didn't Sony just announce a new PSP? Why not create a full-feature new handheld? The answer is simple and financial. Handheld consoles are astronomically expensive to design, manufacture, and market. Furthermore, developers would have to optimize their massive PS5 games for an entirely new, less powerful platform. Sony has zero interest in competing against the mobile gaming market, the Steam Deck, or the Switch hardware. They want one console, one ecosystem, one primary location for everything. The Portal, for better or worse, is Sony's safest, most financially conservative way to enter the handheld conversation without risking billions of dollars on a brand new platform. So, after considering everything, who is the PlayStation Portal truly for? It's for the person who wishes they could play more often. The individual who is tired of fighting over the living room TV. The player who demands a genuine feel of the PS5's DualSense controller. The gamer who craves quiet, personal, and flexible gaming sessions. If you live in a multi-person household, if you travel but have reliable internet access, if you enjoy cozy late-night gaming in bed, or if you simply want a beautiful, comfortable handheld display for your massive PS5 library, the Portal will be surprisingly satisfying. However, if you're looking for a true, standalone handheld that functions without Wi-Fi, if you need standard Bluetooth support for every headphone you own, or if you expect to play PS5 games absolutely anywhere, even deep inside a tunnel or on an airplane without Wi-Fi, then the Portal will be a massive disappointment. This is why the device is so fascinating. It manages to be both profoundly underrated and wildly overhyped at the same time. It's underrated because its daily users swear by it, finding it seamlessly integrated into their lifestyle. But it's overhyped because many expected it to be a full-fledged handheld console, a switch killer, or a miracle device that could fully replace the PS5. In reality, it is neither. It is something far more specific, a niche luxury convenience device that makes the PS5 accessible. It's not essential, but it is incredibly nice to have. Here is the final, most important consideration. When you think about the PlayStation Portal, stop asking what it does and instead ask when you would use it. Would you grab it to relax before bed? While waiting for your partner to finish watching a show? In the kitchen while waiting for dinner to cook? During a short morning break before everyone else wakes up? If those moments sound like ideal gaming opportunities, the Portal isn't just a good purchase. It will actively give you more dedicated gaming time in your life. That capability, the ability to effortlessly extend your gaming window, is something no other official PlayStation device has ever achieved before. At its heart, the Portal is simple. It lets you enjoy your PS5 in more places, more often, and more comfortably. And sometimes, that's exactly what a dedicated gamer needs. But there is another critical angle that few people ever talk about: the emotional comfort of a dedicated handheld device. There is a specific kind of coziness and intimacy that comes from holding your game close to you. It brings back that powerful nostalgia for the PSP and the Vita, devices that were extensions of our hands, not fixtures on a TV stand. The Portal taps directly into this emotional well, capturing the classic feeling of handheld gaming while delivering a modern, console-quality experience. This combination of nostalgia and power is highly addictive. And beyond comfort, the Portal also forces us to consider the future. Sony doesn't release hardware without a long-term strategy, and the Portal shouts one thing clearly. Sony is seriously investing in remote play, streaming, and gaming that follows the player. Imagine a Portal 2 in a few years, perhaps with local processing or cloud gaming built directly in, fully bridging the gap between a pure streaming device and a standalone handheld. The Portal is not an end. It is a profound beginning, the first tangible step in PlayStation's next evolution. Now, let's flip the script one last time and discuss an overlooked societal factor. The Portal profoundly changes how modern households handle gaming conflicts. Think about roommates, families, or couples sharing a living space. Countless situations involve a clash. One person wants the TV, the other wants a game. Historically, this means compromise, waiting, or even arguments. The Portal completely eliminates this conflict, providing every gamer with a private, personal gaming space, even in a crowded home. This is why parents, students, and busy adults are drawn to it. It creates domestic peace, scheduling freedom, and a dedicated, personal screen. Finally, let's dispel one major misconception: the idea that the Portal is only for casual players. Hardcore gamers, the ones chasing trophies, grinding levels, and playing for hours, often appreciate the Portal the most because it allows them to maintain consistent progress. A 10-minute break becomes 10 minutes of grinding or inventory management. A long cutscene can be watched without tying up the living room. This is not casual gaming. This is gaming without logistical restrictions, and that is a massive difference. If you still wonder why you wouldn't just use remote play on your phone, the answer is simple. Phones overheat. Notifications constantly interrupt. Touch screen controls are terrible. Phone clamps are awkward, and the experience never feels console-like. The Portal fixes all of this at once. No notifications, no awkward setup, just a dedicated, bright, beautiful screen and full DualSense controls. This is why using the Portal feels inherently more immersive than a phone. It was engineered for one purpose: to play PS5 games easily, comfortably, and reliably. The final perspective to consider is the subtle way the Portal encourages healthier gaming habits. Instead of being locked into a rigid setup, you can play while lying down, relaxing more naturally, and integrating gaming into your flow without needing to dedicate a specific room to it. It somehow creates a softer, calmer gaming experience. For some, the Portal becomes their ultimate comfort device, the thing they reach for when they want to unwind, de-stress, and escape to a quiet virtual world without the full, intense setup. In a world that is loud, busy, and nonstop, that kind of calm, accessible gaming is truly priceless. So, ask yourself this final, crucial question. What does gaming mean to you? Is it intense competition? Is it pure relaxation? Is it a way to experience a deep story? Is it a needed break from the stress of your day? Whatever your answer, the PlayStation Portal fits into that picture in a unique way. Not as a replacement for your PS5, but as a brilliant extension of it. Not as a mere gadget, but as an essential comfort item. And not as a new console, but as an elegant gateway to more gaming anytime you want it. And that is why, despite all the debates, the arguments, and the mixed reviews, the PlayStation Portal is a device people end up loving far more than they ever anticipated. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.